listening to the Scoop Slam Podcast.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Scoop Slam Podcast. We are back. It's been a very eventful week in the world, but most importantly, what we've missed is WWE Crown Jewel from this past weekend. So that's what we're going to be talking about. We got some champ contender cut to get back to, as always. But if we're being honest, Crown Jewel, kind of a stinker. We're going to talk about it, but we're going to keep it short and sweet. So hopefully we can find that nice middle ground. As always, on the other end of the call, co-host of the Scoop Slam Podcast. We might need him coaching Alabama in the next couple years. It's Ryan.
Yo, Micah. It's very eventful week here in United States of America. And right now we just want to talk to you about a little wrestling for 30 or 45 minutes and keeping it tight this week, man.
Yeah. Take your mind off of things. It's a time. But the last time we recorded was right before the Tennessee-Alabama game.
Oh, man. Let's just skip over this, man.
Yeah, so we're not going to talk about it. Alabama's got LSU this weekend, so no college football on the Scoop Slam Podcast for today. We're just locked in. We're not focusing on the extra stuff. I don't know. I might crash out.
Ahead. No, don't crash out. Come on now. We're full steam ahead. We're on getting close to the road to WrestleMania, getting close to Survivor Series, War Games, the Bloodline finale, I'm sure. Or maybe just Bloodline season finale, because I think I saw something today that they signed another Hawaii. And so we're eager to see where that goes, and we're gonna get a little champ contender and cut real quick though, Mike.
Yeah, it's that time every year we get to in wrestling where things just start to slow down. I feel like Bad Blood was the Survivor Series this year. I'm not extremely interested in what's going on right now, but
bro, I feel like we've had 3 taped shows for WWE the last couple weeks. Like they taped show, was that UK, or maybe they taped a show in Saudi Arabia and they replayed it for a couple weeks. I don't know, but it's been a lot of taped shows lately.
Yeah. Did you see something we haven't talked about? Did you see that they're doing, like, right before WrestleMania, some stuff overseas?
I like it as far as crowd reactions go, but I mean, it sucks if you're stateside like us, because we're not getting any road to WrestleMania shows this year.
Yeah, and spoilers.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. Yeah, they're gonna be taping the shows probably earlier on in the day, but the crowd's gonna be nuclear. But man, it's just very disappointing because I feel like WWE is going in the direction of every other popular live event out there at the moment, where they are pricing out the common man. And, man, tickets are just going to be hard to come by if you're, just middle of the road average Joe that works at, 7-Eleven or something like that. You're not going to be able to take the whole family to go see wrestling like you used to be.
I will say, and we're not getting into politics on this show, I did see something that Trump said about he is wanting to lower ticket prices, and like he wants to look into that and why they've gotten so outrageous.
Yeah.
So at least that issue is on that big of a level, and maybe something genuinely happens.
Yeah, StubHub, SeatGeek, Ticketmaster, all you jabronis.
Ticketmaster is the main offender.
Yeah, count your days, buddy.
Add up. When we got them Bad Blood tickets, dude, they added $300 of fees. $300 should be enough for 3 tickets.
My God. Bro, and they were bragging about it throughout the night. Oh, the highest gate of all time. Get out of here, bro. And people cheered for that. People cheered on getting price gouged. Yeah. Get out of here.
Well, before we get too far into anything Crown Jewel related, I'm sure we've missed some big topics in terms of things going on in the wrestling news, but
yeah,
we're just going to keep it short today, and maybe next week we'll really catch up, and maybe the sky will fall. Who knows? But I know, Ryan, you told me you've got a champ contender cut for me. I'm slacking this week. I ain't got one for you. Go ahead.
Well, Micah, we're going a little topical this week because I don't know if you're aware of this, but one Bill Goldberg announced that he is having his final match in 2025. Have you seen this, Mike?
I heard rumblings of that. Now, is that like confirmed with WWE or?
Yeah, they sent out on the Twitter. Goldberg said it on, I think he was on College Game Day or something like that. He was at the Georgia-Florida game. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so he'll be having his last match in 2025. Before we get started with champ contender and cut, Micah, who do you want Bill Goldberg to have his final match with in 2025?
Got to be Gunther, right?
I mean, we can go Braun Breaker as well, can't we?
That's true. I think it
ties.
depends if he's going over or not, too.
Yeah, they got ties together. He's known Braun Breaker since he was a little kid. Braun Breaker has the Goldberg tattoo on his shoulder, man. He has a spear. There's a story to be told there.
Yeah, but they've started telling the Gunther story, too. I think Gunther could actually get a good match out of him, too.
Are we sure Goldberg is 55, 56 years old? You know the match isn't going more than, 5 minutes?
Let me rephrase that, maybe. Maybe I should say Gunther can get the best match out of him.
Okay. But don't expect the hammerlock arm drag takeover from that match.
Yeah, probably not.
Nah. Hey, it's crazy, though. We're losing 3 legends next year, Micah. We're losing Hiroshi Tanahashi. We're losing Goldberg. And we're losing the guy that millions of children have looked up to their whole life. We're losing Marco Stunt. Now, I know you're probably disappointed with that news, Micah. But still, 3 legends that are going to be remembered for years to come. And we're losing them all in 2025.
That was a good swerve. You got me on that one.
Oh, Tanahashi. Yeah, you weren't expecting that, huh?
No, not that one.
Okay.
Could be the Rock's last year, too. Not 100% sure.
Whoa, don't wish that upon us. What's wrong with you? It's the final boss.
I'm not wishing it.
Oh, you're going ahead. You're burying him. You're digging his grave right here, aren't you?
Well, if he has a match with Roman, he'll
have one Cody the next year, right?
I don't know. I don't know where we're headed with that, honestly. Maybe Survivor Series paints that picture a little clearer.
Well, I know where we're heading right now, and that's champ contender or cut.
That's right.
I got something for you, Micah. Final last match. Who has the best one? Champ contender or cut? You got Ric Flair's retirement 2008. You got Sting's retirement this year at Revolution. And you got Shawn versus Taker from WrestleMania 26. Champ contender cut. What are you going with, Micah?
Wow.
Come on now.
I think this one's actually pretty easy.
Is it?
Right out of the bat, we got to go Shawn Taker. Shawn's retirement match, WrestleMania 26. There's no debate on that. 25 was great, and it's probably my favorite match of all time. It's up there at least, top 5. 26, just as good, maybe just a step back, but still, absolute masterclass from 2 of the best of all time.
It probably was the best one-on-one retirement match. Like bell-to-bell action. Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Maybe didn't have the story as Flair or Shawn did, though.
Contender? I got to go Flair and Shawn.
All right.
Match probably is not just the greatest thing you've ever seen, but how many times have we seen the clip, the ending replayed?
Yeah.
Ric Flair is one of the greatest of all time. I don't care what anybody says. He's got the most world championships. He was the be-all, end-all of wrestling for a very long time. And it sucks because he kind of tarnished that one.
So did Shawn. I mean, he went to Saudi.
Yeah, I did forget about that. But you know what they say in wrestling? It's not goodbye. It's just see you later.
was a good match. It had a great story behind it. And like you said, that clip of Sean mouthing, "I'm sorry, I love you," is still something that, I mean, I get goosebumps just talking about it, bro. And it had the emotional aftermath where he went up and hugged all his children and his wife. And it's really emotional now when he hugs his son Reed, the one that died of an overdose, bro. So it's just that's an emotional retirement. I remember crying. And I didn't grow up watching Flair, in his prime. He was just old man Flair to me at that point. But still, though, you could feel the emotion. And he did he tarnished it when he went to TNA, yes. But still, though, that goes, I mean, maybe that's my contender as well. But so you're cutting Sting and you're cutting Sting's match, huh?
Enjoy it more than you did. We've obviously got a review on that you can find out there on your choice of listening platform. I thought it was fun, and it was cool because the Sons were involved, and it was like the eras of Sting. But I mean, I don't know if Sting's cracks the top 5. I'd have to lay them all out, but I don't know, man. Those two right there are just classic. Shawn Taker is like, even 26 is probably top 20 matches all time, maybe even higher. And Flair is just such a classic moment. And one thing I was going to add about his family, too, you got Charlotte there, who now you've seen her blossom into probably the greatest women's wrestler of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Hot take. So now that's a real full circle moment. I don't think that one is even comparable to Sting's. I did enjoy it, but let's be honest.
Well, a lot of people were saying it's one of the best send-offs of all time Sting had. And as far as, send-offs go, he went out on top. He got to have that moment with his sons in the ring. So I can see how that's a big moment for long-time Sting fans. But for guys like me that just saw Old Man Sting and TNA and AEW, I didn't really get that, emotional feeling that other fans might have had. So yeah, I'm cutting that as well. So what's the order? What are we going with here, Micah? One more time.
Champ Shawn Taker, WrestleMania 25, Shawn's retirement. Contender, Flair's retirement. Shawn, Flair. At which WrestleMania was that?
That was 24, 2008, Orlando.
That's right. WrestleMania 24. We're cutting Sting's retirement match, him and Darby Allin versus the Young Bucks at Revolution 2024. But speaking of 2024, we're nearing an end on the year, and that means we've got the second round of Crown Jewel to get through. They gave it to us this weekend, and we had to just sit there and take it, even if we didn't like it.
Hey.
So to start us off...
No Diddy, come on now.
To start us off, we've got the OG Bloodline, Roman Reigns, Jey Uso, and Jimmy Uso versus the new Bloodline, Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, and Tama Tonga.
Yeah. I saw a tweet from Dave Meltzer, bro, and we're not the biggest Dave Meltzer guys on this show, but he basically said I'm about to butcher his wording, but he basically said this was a house show match. And I agree, man. It was there. I enjoyed moments of the match, like when Jay and Jimmy were hitting their tag team moves together, and Jay refusing to tag in Roman, and Roman coming in as the cleanup guy. But really, bro, Roman just stood on the apron for 90% of the match.
Yeah.
So, I was indifferent on the match.
It was pay by the numbers. I mean, I did like that they've showed tension between Jay and Roman in this. I do have to ask you, I know you've been more keyed in with the weekly product and newsflash, guys. I haven't really kept up with it a whole lot because college football is going on. But I've seen a lot of complaining online about they haven't really told the story yet of why Jay and Roman are together, or it's been kind of half-baked. Have you felt that way, or do you feel like it's kind of on the right track?
Well, it's hard to say, man, because we've had a lot of tape shows, but they announced this match, I don't even think a week ago. And they announced it before Jay and Roman like made up or anything. So it was really weird. And they still haven't made up, which I like that as far as continuity goes, easy for me to say. Because Roman, I mean, he was a prick to Jay throughout his whole title reign. Jay turned on him, super kicked him. So I mean, he shouldn't be ready, willing, and able to just accept Roman and Roman to accept Jay back into the family so easily. So as far as continuity goes, it's a mixed bag right now. It's a mixed bag.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen clips. I don't necessarily think it's been horrible. I do think they, for whatever reason, since Heyman hasn't been there, I know he's there backstage, but I think his involvement in backstage segments helped piece things together. And I think it's kind of missing that because a lot of times you remember he would like bounce in between halves of the group. And Sammy does that too, where he kind of helps tie everything up.
Yeah, I agree. But I feel like this is going to build to a Heyman return so he can get, the OG bloodline back together one more night in the War Games match. And we're going to have that big moment with the OG bloodline back together.
Yeah.
I feel like that's where they're building to.
I don't doubt that. Now, obviously, the big talking point out of this and really any bloodline segment is the aftermath.
Wait, before that, Solo Sikoa pinned Roman Reigns. How do you feel about that?
Oh, I think it's a good thing. I think it gives him credibility.
Yeah, I agree too. But can you, bro? Solo's beaten Cena, he's beaten Cody Rhodes, and he's beaten Roman Reigns all by pinfall within the last year. Can you believe that?
Can I say something real quick?
Go ahead.
I think I'm starting to come around on him.
That's not ridiculous. It's not ridiculous at all you'd say that. I think he's improved on the mic.
I think he's in the Roman Reigns class of facial expressions. And yeah. I don't know. I get the feeling that he's picking up on it. And to me, maybe I'm acknowledging Solo.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Are we keeping an eye on him as far as Wrestler of the Year goes? I mean, he's got 3 of the biggest wins of the calendar year, Micah.
Let's say Wrestler of the Year. Most improved? Maybe.
Yeah. It's just insane to say out loud because Cody, I think, has only had 1 pinfall loss since he's been back.
Well, he lost to Roman too.
That was chicanery.
Oh, you didn't get clean?
Well, no, I don't think Solo beat him clean. But still, okay, so Roman beat Cody by pinfall. Solo beat Cody by pinfall, and then that's it.
Yeah. That's a short list, but a good list to be on.
Did Brock beat him? I think Brock did beat him. He beat him by pinfall?
Yeah. I thought he made him pass out. I don't remember.
Okay.
But anyways, we get to the ending of this where Sammy ends up coming out, huge pop, whose side is he on? That whole jazz. I really liked the ending, especially the shot where they had Roman in the ring with Sammy going up the walkway. But it still shows that like the OG bloodline, there's so much tension there. But the new guys, like they're a cohesive unit who they are still like looking out for each other. I don't know. War Games, I'm actually interested in. I'm interested to see the build for this.
Oh, yeah. They're going to cook with this, bro. Are we going to see the final boss? Are we going to see him on the lead up?
I don't think you see him on the lead up. I have a feeling that he shows up whose side is he on, and he helps Solo and them win the War Games. I just think it validates Solo and them more to win the War Games than it does Roman.
Bro, come on, man. Triple H is gonna book a run in the War Games. That would be peak Triple H if he did that.
You mean that in a good way, or just like this is what Triple H always does?
That's kind of what Triple H always does. If he did that, that would be hilarious, bro.
I don't hate it. Well,
you don't hate all the run-ins?
I mean, yeah, to a point, but like The Rock is so over that it doesn't matter. Now, hold on. Instead of breaking in the cage, what if he pulled a Sting and like came down from the ceiling?
Or Undertaker and came through the bottom
of the ring.
Yeah.
They open up a hole.
Dre Roman down to hell.
That's gotta be crazy. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. This was probably the only interesting thing on the card to me in terms of just like
storyline progression.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's kind of the only thing I'm interested in going into Survivor Series, being honest.
I think KO and Cody can be a good story. They're telling something good on SmackDown with that.
We'll get to KO and Randy.
As far as Raw goes, it's grim right now, bro. They running it back with Priest now.
Rhea too is out. It's not good.
Yeah.
Speaking of the women's division, we had the 4-way women's tag team match. Jakara Jackson and Lash Legend, the Meta 2, versus Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, versus Chelsea Green, Piper Niven, versus Damage Control.
I thought you were going to say, speaking of not good, here's the 4-way women's match. Did you watch this?
I did.
Okay, tell me about it.
I wouldn't say that it was good. I wouldn't say that it was horrible. Lash Legend is a lot of woman.
What do you mean by that?
No, I'm not even like. I don't mean it in the sense of like Nikita Lyons. I mean like that is a big woman. She makes Jade Cargill look small.
I believe she was in the WNBA.
I buy that. She is huge.
Yeah, I think she was in WNBA. A lot of people are singing her praises online, but I've watched her in NXT, and I'm wondering if I need to get a new TV because I don't know, man. She looks a little clunky in there.
They're very green, and I think that was real evident. Which
the botches.
I mean, well, you got to think the most experienced woman in here was Bianca. And she really hasn't been in WWE. Well, I'm sure Kyrie and Io, but I mean, English obviously is not their native language.
I feel like I could hear ladies at multiple points throughout this match just counting 1, 2, 3, go. Like I don't know, man. I don't like wrestling like that where it's just synchronized moves, you know. I just don't like that.
There were times that I could hear things.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was here. It was a match.
It was a match, yes.
And the right people won. I did think the spot that Lash Legend had where she basically deadlift picked up
was that Kyrie?
I think so. That was nice. But you could hear them being like, okay, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, exactly.
And then they picked her up. And I was like,
That's what I'm saying, bro. Maybe I need to turn the TVs down when I'm watching it.
Well, and I mean, people are going to be like, well, yeah, but you can hear it with Cena too, but also
I don't like
Cena,
that with Cena. Yeah, I don't like that with Cena either. I'll call him out on it.
I will say she did play in the WNBA. She played 3 games.
Oh. I should do.
She averaged 1 rebound.
Okay.
And 2 points. But she does have the record for most rebounds. She was the first player in Texas A&M history to have over 1,000 rebounds with the school.
Oh, she's an Aggie, huh?
Yeah. And she set a NCAA tournament record with 27 rebounds in a tournament game.
Dang, really?
Yeah. That's kind of crazy.
They need to lower the rims.
I wouldn't hate it. She is
Did you
listed
see,
at 5'11", but she's billed at 6 foot.
did you see that Shaq interview with Angel Reese?
Oh God.
Hey man, did Shaq tell any lies, bro? It would get more viewers. I'm just saying. We seen what Sean's doing in NXT.
What did he actually say? I didn't fully hear it. I heard it was kind of like a Shannon Sharp Ocho.
He said in no uncertain terms to Angel Reese, he's saying, can you imagine if you played in those little short shorts you were wearing on Wild and Out and they had a smaller rim? And it was just an uncomfortable pause. Like, what? Shaq, you're supposed to be my mentor. You're trying to sexualize me like that? And it was just an uncomfortable interview after that, man. But I mean, Shaq, I ain't got a point, man. We get more eyeballs on the product.
Oh God, you're gonna get us under fire for this.
I'm just saying, Micah. We've seen what they're doing in NXT. They getting more viewers on the product there.
And I hate to be that guy, but it does work. Like, what do you see on Twitter after NXT show?
What do I see on a lot of gooners? That's what I see.
Yeah, exactly.
People, and the mass hysteria of NXT is still puzzling to me to this day.
People swear that it's good, which I guess people do the same with AEW. But
well, it's because they have one hand on their crotch and one hand on their phone tweeting during the show. So I mean, I'm sure it's gonna look nice in the moment. They're probably tweeting the praises of NXT, but then when the post clarity hits, Micah, and you have to watch what that show actually is, there's no way you can defend that.
People put this down bad in real life.
Oh man, I think maybe it's just chronically online people.
I don't even know how to pivot from this conversation.
Okay, all right. What was next? I think it was Liv and Nia, wasn't it?
No, that was later.
Okay.
Next up was Seth Rollins.
Who won that tag match?
Oh, Jade and Bianca. You didn't watch it?
I forgot who won.
Oh. Seth Rollins versus Bronson Reed was next. And to me, this was the best match up to this point.
Yeah, I like this.
It was pretty solid. Both guys kind of did their typical stuff, but that wasn't a bad thing after kind of what we had witnessed for the past hour. I do think Seth looks refreshed, or maybe it's just, how can we miss you if you won't go away, and he went away, and now I thought he looked pretty good in there. And most of the time I'm kind of sick of him. So net positive.
Maybe we just need to see him with different guys.
That is true. I think that helps because Bronson Reed is somebody that he's got an interesting look and he wrestles a lot differently. Yes, he's a big guy, but he don't wrestle the same as like Braun Strowman, who's also a big guy. So I thought they worked well together. I think this whole thing has done a lot for Bronson. I would have liked to have seen him get the win just because I think it means more to him than it does for Seth to take the loss. I think Seth could eat the loss and it wouldn't be that big of a deal.
I think they've been doing a great job with Bronson Reed. I've been interested in him when Raw has been like really lackluster over the last couple months. Bronson Reed still remains a highlight for me throughout the show. Him losing didn't bother me as much, Micah, because I know they're going to get a second, maybe a third match out of this. And they did have a little altercation on Raw the next night. So I don't think it hurt Bronson Reed necessarily. They did everything they could to protect Bronson Reed throughout this match. How many stomps did he take? He took, hold up, I got it wrote down. 2 stomps, 1 stomp on the stairs, 1 super stomp. So what is that? That's 4 stomps?
Yeah, I thought it was 3, but I easily could have been forgetting one. I think it was 3 to the finish, and he ate one earlier in the match.
Okay, well, still though, I mean, it took more to defeat Bronson Reed than it took Seth to beat Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
If you're gonna protect somebody, that's how you do it. So no
And
harm done. Yeah.
I was gonna say, and even after all of that, at the end, like the end shot that you remember for that match is Bronson was back up in the ring staring at Seth as Seth went up the walkway.
With the blood running down his face, too.
That too, yeah.
That's how you make somebody right there.
They've done a good job. I really think Triple H is doing everything he can to build up new stars, and that helps because obviously the Punks and the Seths and the Drews are not going to be here for the next 10 years, but the Sammys and the Brawns and the Bronsons, like they will. So
yeah, more Bronson Reed, less Karrion Kross, and less Carmelo Hayes.
Hot take, but well, he is part of the younger generation, but I don't know. We'll get there.
He'd be more fit to go over to AEW. He'd be one of the bigger guys over there.
No, come on now. He ain't bigger than Ricochet.
Saying. I don't know about that. I think they're probably the same height.
I don't know. They never had a match, did they?
No, I don't think so. Well, no, they did. They had a match in NXT.
I don't even have to ask or say, and I think we both know what that match turned into.
Oh, superhero pose. You know that.
Gotta hit my superhero pose, man. I'm pretty sure Ricochet is bigger than him.
Okay. I don't know. Ricochet's about 5'9".
No, he is. He's a little bit bigger.
Is that kayfabe height or is that real height?
No, like I'm looking at a picture of them across the ring from each other, and I would say like Ricochet is probably like 3 inches taller.
Wow. 3 inches is crazy.
It's hold on. Now this is them face to face.
Are you gonna send that to me?
He just got a little bit more on the dome. Never mind.
Whoa. Excuse me?
Hold on. You'll see what I'm talking about. He's just got his head shape's a little taller, but they're about the same height.
Got a round head.
Yeah.
You don't want a long head. You want a round head, huh?
Now Trick makes both of them look small.
Well, Trick is twice the size. No, probably 3 times the size of Carmelo.
Yeah. His arm is probably as big as Carmelo's leg. Anyways, we're
my God
getting off on a tangent.
You like Trick like the principal standing next to 2 juvenile delinquents.
Oh, I wish I could like flash this photo up for everybody to see what we're talking about right now. Trick look like the uncle. He's like, all right, you two cut it out.
2 nephews.
Yeah, two nephews going at it. Come on, nephew. Anyways, following that for the Crown Jewel Championship, Liv versus Nia.
Bro, people give Jade all the crap online about her not improving, but then they sit there and sing the praises of Liv Morgan. Like, make that make sense. I don't understand this. Am I missing something?
Liv is the equivalent of Dominic Mysterio.
That's an insult to Dom, bro.
It is, but just she has no ring work. Like, she has no bag. And Dom really does not either. I mean, he has enough. He's better in the ring than she is, but it's not great. It's just all character work.
Yeah, he gets reactions, though, during the match. Liv it's just apathy. Like, people just waiting to boo Dom.
I mean, yeah. I don't know. Like, both of them at this point is just character work, but I think Dom's character is 10 times the character she has.
I would want, Dom is so good, bro. I would want them to put the title on him in 2025. I would not be mad at that. But getting back to this match, they need to pull the plug or pull the trigger on the Tiffy cash in because I'm getting sick of all the fake run-ins.
Yeah. She, like, dude, at first she just ran in there and then proceeded to not do anything. And then I was
Again?
like, dude, what was the point of sending her out there? And then she walked down and did the same thing again. And I was like, all right, wrap it up.
They did that
You're done.
they did that at Bad Blood, remember? Like
I have to
nobody cared
remember
about the match until she just ran out there.
She's more, the idea of her cashing in is more over than Nia.
I think the Money in the Bank briefcase is over. I don't think she's over. You know, I think if the popcorn vendor had the briefcase and he ran out there, he would get a big reaction.
You kind of got a point. Because people cheer her like coming out to cash in, but then she gets boos on the mic.
Bro, all I'm saying is people cheered Baron Corbin when he threatened to cash in on.
Oh God!
When he threatened to cash in, so speaking of that, he got released this week.
Yeah, well, don't let the door hit you on the way out.
Yeah, you're ready.
Sorry, man. I've just never liked Baron Corbin. I've never seen it. I've never gotten the appeal. Yeah, I'm sure he's a nice guy. He could probably like destroy me in real life because he's a boxer. But
yeah, NFL lineman.
Yeah, nice guy. Just not somebody I want to see on a wrestling show.
Yeah, just bland. Somebody that they had too much faith in for too long.
Yeah,
and somebody that they wasted a retirement Kurt Angle match on.
Oh man,
they dressed him up like an Olive Garden waiter for like 2 straight years, and they let him beat Kurt Angle at WrestleMania.
Never forgive Vince McMahon for that.
One of the worst. Anyway, that's Liv Morgan beat Nia Jax in a botched. What was it? A Samoan. What she tried to do a Samoan drop on Liv, and she actually did hit the Samoan drop, but then she rolled Nia up after that and pinned Nia Jax.
No, that wasn't the finish.
Is that not the finish?
No, that did happen, but she beat her with an Oblivion.
Okay.
Which is still insane, because she hit her with one, and that was it. And I was like, this is your women's champion? She hit her with one code breaker, one Oblivion. That was ball game. For a girl or woman 4 times her size.
Yeah. I'd be surprised if she was 110.
Yeah, and I like Nia. I wanted Nia to win. It makes more sense. I get why they went with Liv, because she kind of needs some credibility, because she can't ever beat Rhea unless she cheats. But she cheated here and beat Nia when Nia in real life could have just squashed her. I did not understand the appeal. Did you see that clip of Dominic Mysterio when Tiffany said that she was going to take him instead? And he is like looking at her like he's interested, and then Liv looks back and he's like, no.
Yeah, I love Dom, man.
That junk was insane. Like, I was dying at that. It's so perfect, man. I've gotten to the point where I'm more interested in the facial reactions of the wrestlers than I am their matches half the time.
Have we been beat down by Vince McMahon that we care about the sports entertainment more than the actual wrestling?
I think they've gotten through to me, like, honestly, because
I just want to see the entrances. Let me just see the entrances and the promos.
The promos. I was falling asleep for Cody Gunther. I was like,
oh man, that was a good match. We'll get.
It was a good match. It's just there's no stakes. I have no
story.
care.
Yeah, it was no story. It was an exhibition match. But getting back to the Liv Nia match, Liv beat Nia. She held up that title that it's way too big for her. She like Jungle Jack holding up the title. You see that?
Oh God!
You know how big that title is?
Why is the belt so thick too?
You ever see that picture of Jungle Jack holding up the AEW World title? It looks ridiculous.
No. Isn't there a picture of Adam Cole doing that too, and it looks really massive? Then I think people started photoshopping it, making it look bigger.
I swear somebody took a shrink ray to Adam Cole, bro.
Dude, he ran out on AEW. We were talking about this off camera. I forgot he ran out too, and he ran into Takeshita, and Takeshita could eat him.
Bro, he looked like Malachi Black looked like Andre the Giant next to Adam Cole. I
Dude.
don't remember the size discrepancy looking like that when they face each other in NXT. I don't remember it looking like that. Maybe they just shot it differently. I don't know.
I feel like he gets smaller every time I see him.
What's going on with him? I hope he's not sick, bro, because this is gonna look real bad. If
He
is.
can't be. At this point, it would have to have come out.
Well, he needs to hit the gym. If he's not sick, hit the gym. You're a professional wrestler. What did Cody say? You should body shame people if they're not taking their physique serious in a physique-driven sport.
No, now look at him. Kevin Owens is at his throat. Speaking of Kevin Owens, him and Randy Orton had a brawl, and can I say something?
Go ahead. Yeah.
This stunk.
Wow. All right. How so?
I don't know. I just didn't enjoy it. I kept waiting for the match to start and waiting for the match to start. And we had already seen the hot start with Seth and Braun, I think it was.
Bronson.
I'm pretty sure they started in the
hot start,
too many Brauns.
They had a before the match, Bronson and Seth did. But man, Randy took forever getting in that ring, didn't he?
Yes. So that already, I'm like, you waited forever for his freaking entrance before you're going to start this. I don't know. I guess maybe just because I was like halfway curious about seeing the match and then they didn't give it to me.
Let me stop you. Did you really want to see Randy Orton? Did you really? I'm being real here. Did you really want to see a Randy Orton match with Kevin Owens? Because I didn't. I thought this was probably the best thing you could have did.
You may have convinced me. Now that you put it like that.
Neither guys could take a loss here. I'm not a fan of Randy Orton's ring work. I'm not afraid to say it here, Micah. I'm not a fan of his ring work.
This is safe space.
So I didn't feel disappointed. I mean, his entrance was cool. I saw he sung his song 4 times over. But I mean, if I'm Kevin Owens in the ring, yeah, I'm beating him down too. Because bro, get in the ring. What are you doing? We're going through the verse again? No, I'm about to beat you. I'm about to beat you down while wearing your dad's t-shirt. So I didn't hate that.
I did like that.
Did you like the 2007 SmackDown undercard coming out to save the day? Did you like that?
Bro, I didn't even think about that.
Hey, Kenny Dykstra. They had not Arya. They had Khajro Davari, the original Davari.
Yeah,
and
they had Jamie Noble.
Yeah,
the 2007 undercard.
They did. They had it. And then they had Pierce come out. I didn't expect him to take RKO. I would have thought they would have been Aldis, but Pierce should have known, bro. Get out of SmackDown affairs. What are you doing out there? You deserve that.
I liked that because I mean it kind of added like an edge, and you don't hardly see like people really late or like hit them with moves. And when Drew did a couple months ago, like it was a big like fuss, like no, you'll lose your job. I don't know. It didn't really move me. Maybe it's the people involved. I'm not a big fan of KO, and Randy in 2024 at best is a nostalgia act, and yeah, I don't know. It wasn't different than anything I've ever seen, and that's not always a bad thing. But I guess after like 2 hours, I was like, man, is there something else you can give me? And this just wasn't what I was looking for.
This is probably the first time we're going to disagree tonight, but yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought the brawl was pretty entertaining. Kevin Owens hit an elbow drop to Randy, which, I like Kevin Owens and not a big fan of Randy, so, no harm there. And it's building to another match, I'm sure at Survivor Series or something like that, which is going to be Kevin Owens' territory. Because it's going to be in Canada, man.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, they walk on water in Canada. Because Canada is very pro anybody from Canada. Can you imagine that, being treated like that? What if we went to Arkansas or something and we got cheered like crazy?
No. I mean, even if we went to Alabama don't really care about wrestling that much.
Oh, hold up now. Hardcore Holly, if I see him in Walmart, I'm gonna, give him a good job, buddy.
Dap him up. Oh,
Yeah.
I don't remember what I was about to say. Yeah.
Crown Jewel.
Canada.
Yeah, Canada.
They're gonna have a time getting all them Bloodline members in Canada now that you mention it.
Well, you got a point.
Yeah. So everybody's got their passport, right? Yeah, and here's my 4 stacks of paperwork to get in.
Here's
The
his briefcase,
Usos
buddy.
and Jacob Fatu and
Just Nick Khan hands a briefcase to the Prime Minister.
yeah, $100,000, take it or leave it. Anyways, the following match was for the United States Championship. LA Knight, Andrade, Carmelo Hayes. You've already buried Carmelo Hayes before we even got to his match. I thought the moonsault off the top to the outside was really cool because I equate it to when they do the option in college and then you see the other guy 30 yards down the field because Andrade pointed in the ring like he was going to jump in on Carmelo and then he jumped out on LA Knight. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, it was a nice spot. Yeah, I agree. They went 100 miles per hour in this match.
Yeah, it was quick. I wonder if somebody went long. But I don't know who, because all the matches before this were pretty short, unless it was the Bloodline.
This was a long match card for Triple H. Yeah, well, we had like 6-7 matches.
Yeah, 6 in the ring, 7 if you include the KO stuff.
Yeah. It's time for LA Knight to retire that jump to the top rope, though. It's time.
Yeah, it's been a little buff.
Yeah.
Too many times.
This is too many. Yeah, I mean, a couple times, all right. It happens, but this is number 3, and you crotched yourself this time, so that looked bad.
Yeah, I think the crotch was like the be all end all of like once this happens, you gotta hang it up, buddy. But it was pretty rough. I saw somebody do the Mortal Kombat X-ray on it. That cracked me up pretty good.
Yeah, it's Bro, isn't it hilarious how Carmelo and Andrade had a best of 7 series, and basically LA Knight just beat both of them and declared himself the winner of the best of 7?
As he should, though, because both guys stink.
Oh man,
Andrade. Okay, let me say this.
oh, he stinks.
Andrade would be great in the territories.
Would he?
Yes,
Which territory.
If he had a manager and somebody that would legitimately could talk for him, he would be great because he has a good look and he's good in the ring, and I feel like people can like buy into him.
I see where you're getting at. You think he needs a Dutch Mantel? Now I know you thought maybe Dutch Mantel and Alberto Del Rio was a great combination, but I just don't think they're gonna have the same chemistry as old Del Rio and Dutch Mantel.
I don't know that Dutch Mantel is the one I'm thinking of, but certainly there's somebody out there for him.
They actually did that, though. I don't know if you were watching it at the time, but they had Del Rio and Dutch Mantel.
I remember that vaguely. I mainly remember the We the People because the theme song was Gas.
No, they brought Alberto Del Rio back in 2015. They had him answer John Cena's open challenge, and he beat Cena clean in less than 10 minutes. And Dutch Mantel was Alberto Del Rio's new manager, even though they've never had any like interactions beforehand or anything like that. And they're polar opposites. And their gimmick name together was they're gonna be Mex America. And it was just so half-baked and weird that we never got an explanation of how these guys are now a combination. And it fizzled out after a couple weeks, and Alberto Del Rio joined all the other European jabronis, and they formed the League of Nations, which eventually got beat down at WrestleMania by the old legends. And that was the end of Alberto Del Rio's run in WWE.
No, I missed all that. I remember Dutch Mantel with Jack Swagger, and that was it.
Yeah, they brought him back in 2015, and yeah, Mex America.
Can you imagine a We the People gimmick today?
I thought that's what they were doing MJF, but he got cold feet or they backed down, which is, that's disappointing, but
That's some real heat, brother.
that would have been, man, if they just let MJF, hey man, just go out there and just tell us how you really feel. Be a pro America. That pisses people off nowadays. Be pro America.
Oh yeah, which is so funny because
that's the unpopular thing now. To be pro
yeah, they could run that stateside and he'd probably be the biggest heel. Can you imagine if he came out in a MAGA hat? Jesus Christ!
Whoa, hold up now. Where's he going? Where's he going? Is he going to Biloxi, Mississippi? I mean, he might be. They might elect him as mayor, Mike. I don't know.
Well, I guess that is true, but I mean, I don't know. There's a guy I remember seeing some it wasn't like Watch Mojo.
They don't want that type of heat.
No, heck no. I don't think anybody does. But somebody ran like an interview. Yeah, dude. My God, can you imagine in South Alabama one of these indies just going out in like a Tim Walls Harris shirt?
Man. I would love that, bro. Just give me a mic, man. Give me a mic and a Walls and a Harris shirt, and I will be the biggest heel in the territory. Day one.
We're committing third trimester abortions.
Oh man!
All 4 tires are slashed before you can even get out there.
Just bring out a baby doll with like a noose around his neck.
The new Jack appeal, quite literally the new Jack appeal.
We're getting off the rails here, man.
Yeah, it's getting late, and I'm more entertained by our conversation than this show, to be honest. I did enjoy the finish of LA Melo Andrade with the double BFT. I thought it was cool. It was a good match. It just, I knew LA Knight was going to win, and I don't really care for the other two. And I think after all this is said and done, they're not really going to do a whole lot.
Yeah, man, they've been failing LA Knight so far in his title reign. I haven't been interested in any of his feuds besides that Logan Paul feud, but we'll see where it goes. We got a big show coming up in I forget what part of Canada are they in? Are they in
is it Vancouver?
It is Vancouver, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought so, but I wasn't 100% sure. But that moves us to the main event for the other Crown Jewel Championship. Cody Rhodes versus Gunther.
It was a good match, man. It was.
I wrote very good match.
Yeah, it was a good match. They paced it. They paced it well. Just was no stakes and no storyline you really cared about. They had callbacks to other matches, which if you're AEW basement dweller, you love callbacks to matches. But I mean, it was there. These guys got good chemistry, and they protected Gunther, which is important because you had to have a winner here. No interference, and Gunther is maybe the most strange booked heel of my lifetime, bro. Like, he just accepted defeat. He shook Cody's hands, or shook one of his hands, not both. He shook Cody's hand, and he just left the ring, man. Accepted defeat.
Yeah, I mean, the most you got out of him that was heelish was he was like pissed off after he lost.
But he was respectful with it. He's very respectful. Like, he just accepted it, and he just moved on.
But see, that's why I don't really love this type booking anyways, because one of your guys has to take a loss, and Cody don't really need a loss right now because he's been kind of tied up with the Roman stuff, so he's taking a couple. But Gunther don't really need a loss because his only 2 losses in WWE in singles competition are Sammy and I guess technically Braun Breaker. So I don't know. I don't love this style booking. I really think WWE is going to be glad to get out from under the Saudi contract.
Yeah,
because it shoehorns them into these decisions.
Yeah, I was just about to say, supposedly. Now, this is a story going back years. that the Saudi Prince has say in what the matches he wants to see. Now, Micah, if you're Triple H, you're Paul Levesque. Let's just role play here.
Pause.
You're in the okay. Come on now. you're in the boardroom, man. It's you. You got Nick Khan. I don't know. Dana White's there too, but whatever. And then you
Vince isn't.
Well, Vince he's probably listening in from the doorway. And then you got the Saudi Prince in there. And he slides you a check for $50 million. And he says, make the match happen, Gunther versus Cody. I mean, what are you going to say?
I know that's probably what happens, but I'm sure it's aggravating because they have to. I don't know. It feels like things just get thrown together to happen for these shows, and then it's like, all right, well, back in Normalville, this is what's happening.
This is like a alternate universe PLE.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much like. I don't know. They always kind of happen independent of everything else, especially since Triple H has taken over. Before, things were kind of tied in, but
it was give or take. You still had some fever dream matches that you would never see stateside and would never get mentioned afterwards, like Goldberg and Taker, and like the Brothers of Destruction versus DX.
Yeah, when they're all like borderline nursing home age or getting there.
Bald Sean is something that I would never get over. Like they just ruined it. I can't unsee that. But Micah, you kind of disappointed me here. I thought you were gonna give me a Triple H impression.
What you mean? Oh, we were role playing?
Yeah. I thought you were gonna give me a. Nah. Well, that give me a Triple H impression. Hey, come on.
I don't know that I can do that one.
Come on.
I don't have a deep enough voice for all that.
Oh man.
I don't know. Well, I guess Cody Gunther. Maybe we can tie some strings in.
Well, that sounds like a Vince, but
that's what I was thinking too.
I'll give it a pass. But yeah, man, who knows what the Saudi Prince wanted to see? And man, they had to book a winner here. Cody beat Gunther, but Gunther had an out because he didn't get pinned straight up. He kicked out a few crossroads, which is part of the course nowadays, apparently. You got to kick out at least 2 crossroads in every Cody Rhodes match.
Why make your finish look weak?
I don't know. That's just modern wrestling, bro. Gunther, he still looks strong. He's gonna have a match with Priest at the next. Oh, spoiler alert! By the way, if you hadn't seen Raw, he's gonna have Oh, you didn't see that? Yeah, Priest won a Fatal 4-Way match. So we're gonna get that at Survivor Series, and I believe we're gonna get Cody and KO. So those are gonna be your top 2 title matches for the show.
We're gonna get Punk and Gunther at Survivor Series. Rumor has it.
That would be nice, but I don't know if that's gonna be the case.
Well, I can tell you what the case is. Out of 10, Ryan, I got to give Crown Jewel like a 3.5. It's nothing egregious. Just would anybody take 3 hours out of their Saturday to watch this instead of college football? No, says I.
It's a 3-hour show that really could have been condensed to like an hour, and you probably would have got a better overall show. But this is where the PLEs are now. They're very bloated with commercials, and I don't know, man. I'm giving it a 4.6. 2 good matches, 2 good angles, but not something I'm gonna go back and watch.
Nah, a lot of fluff. But we have got to get the fluff out of here. Thank you guys for listening. Make sure to check out our link tree so you can follow us on our socials. Follow our TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, X, Facebook, whatever. You know all the stuff. All the links are there. Check out our sponsor, Dead Threads, for all of your sports merch that you're looking for. Code ScoopSlam saves you 15% off. Using the code saves you 10. And make sure to come back next week. We're going to be reviewing something. I'm not sure what, but on the...
Whoa. We're going to be reviewing Full Gear, buddy.
God almighty. I was about to say, I don't know what we're reviewing, but I'm sure there's a pay-per-view this weekend.
Are you not excited about Big Justice versus QT Marshall?
All right, we're reviewing that one. We are definitely reviewing Big Justice versus QT Marshall. Or no, that's Big AJ, you mean.
Oh,
get your terminology right, pal.
Oh, man. Well, I'm sure Big Justice is going to be in the corner of Big AJ.
The Rizzler's got to be there, right? He's got to slide something in there.
Rizzler will get the biggest pop of the night. I'm calling it right now.
You think is it no DQ?
Well, if you got a Rizzler there, he does what he wants, pal.
That's true. Ref bump. Rizzler comes in, gives him a low blow. Big AJ hits him with a pile driver. 1, 2, 3. Absolute cinema.
You know, if they booked Rizzler as the main event attraction of that show, I wouldn't hate it. I'd be more interested in that, actually.
Oh, it's gonna do numbers online. Just because like there is a subsection of Twitter that like loves him.
I don't know what it is, man, but I like the Rizzler.
I don't know, but I follow all the stuff. Like I get it, but you can't. I sent you TikToks. You cannot explain anything about it. You just either know or you don't.
He has the it factor, the aura.
He does.
The kids say. It's like he's like Hasbulla, man. You can't hate Hasbulla.
Yeah, he's just got the it factor. He passes the airport test.
He does. At 4'8", he passes.
Oh, well, all right. Let's get out of here. We'll be back with talks to the Rizzler, Full Gear, and Pockets and Moxley. But anyways, thank you for listening. Make sure to tell your friends about us. Make sure to follow us on our socials. Have a good one.